So there are three things that I work with them with. Number one is the self-talk, so that we can minimize those negative thoughts. Number two is the self-image that you have of yourself. And I don't like to say self-image because drug dealers can have a high self-image. It's self-appreciation. But they really have to realize who they are and what they bring to a speech. For instance, I've been working with somebody, actually was a surgeon, but he's in an administrative position now. Totally forgot about all the things he did with saving people's lives. And I had to sit him down and say, you know, who are you? How did you get to this position? And so he told me about going through med school. He told me about all the things, all the obstacles and things that he had gotten over. And that was what really made him confident. Because before, he was just a person isolated giving a speech. See, lots of times people just think they're in a vacuum. This speech is going to be the end all and the be all. And I did that yesterday with a client. You know, you got to be CEO. You know, why are you having a problem with being up there? So they don't remember that. And I know the doctor gave me a big hug and said, thank you for reminding me who I am. And he, actually I was going to tell him, maybe one of the few people I was going to say, maybe you better not speak, because he was having such a hard time. He went out and he sent me an email that he got spontaneous applause in the middle of the speech, and he was picked #1 out of 14 speakers at this conference. But that was it. I did all kinds of things. And so sometimes it's, you know, what is the right pipe to kick? You have to, and so a lot of my stuff is psychology. I do not start with externals. I don't say take your hands out of your pockets. I don't say, you know, pick and divide your audience up in thirds or something. Because once you get the internal conversation going correctly with a person, all of this other stuff is natural. I mean, so that's, you know, really part of it. And then the third thing is the expectations you have of yourself. If you expect to do well, and this is when the first time I book a client, I say, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself being successful giving this speech? And sometimes they don't. And if they don't, then I have a real problem. Because if you can't even visualize yourself being successful, you can't do it in your mind, you never outperform your self-image. It's just like you're playing golf or tennis or something. So another thing I use is visualization.